My bad. We let a sex offender, a child sex offender, dressed up like a girl, you know, read to the kid. That was probably not the best thing we could do, and we're sorry. That was great. They nailed it.
Soy boy cloys, 110% organic, non-GMO, genuine misogynist generation, identitarian.
And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they can be prosecuted. You cannot intimidate
Gotta work on a new
members
entry,
of Congress.
new opener. Oh boy. Save our statues. Sups, rational wrong thing. Get your ass in here. Call me up on the Hangouts and get your happy ass over here. I was just about ready to contact you, and I didn't think you would get back to me. So hit me up on the old Hangout. Call me. Hi, Nibba. So I got rid of the D-Live restream bot, right? So I will still be able to see everybody. Oh, that was what I was gonna do though. I was gonna see if I could open that chat up and put it in here for everyone to go to if they want to. I don't know if Mark will be back. Okay, well just hit me up, bro. What's up, Meme McDoogie? How are you? Glad to have you. John probably won't be here this time, and I actually took away the restream bot for him, and he probably won't even be here right now. Probably. I lost. Let's see here. Simple math. How many? 24, 20. I lost like 25 subs between my last video and this one. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm fine with it. I am gonna add this chat real quick. We got 4 minutes here. Rational Wrong Thing's gonna jump in and join us. I wanted to do this chat. I want to see if this works for everyone. Open in a browser. Okay. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna add a link here to the chat, guys, for everyone to see. That was the wrong one.
It's very simple. Follow the Bill of Rights. Follow the
Okay, everyone go over and see if you can, I'm losing subs too. See if you guys can open, if you guys want to see what everyone is saying, go to that restream, you open that in another window on your browser if you want. Tony Patriot, hey SG, how you been? I've been good, Tony. Glad to see you, man, glad to see you. I took off the restream bot just because I wanted to see how it went this time. But I feel bad for the D-Livers. Thank you, Modus. I appreciate that. It was a good show. We're going to get Rational on here today. That'll be fun. I got some news topics we're just going to read and just kind of bullshit about, talk about. Saw a video by Avi Yemeni. After 8 hours, it had 22,000 views. After 17 hours, it had 17,000 views. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I've lost. That's the biggest drop in subs I've had in a long time. So I don't know. I don't care. It's okay. I really don't care anymore. It's kind of like me, don't like me, follow me, don't follow me. D Live though, got one person in the D Live chat. Can they throw up a hello from D Live? Whoever's watching over in D Live, I want to see. Maybe I need to open D Live. That kind of pisses me off. I mean, and if Mark's not going to be here, I thought I would try it. You know, just to. I can't do it for one person either. D Live. See if anybody's in chat over in D Live. Got one person watching. Who's in D Live right now? Maybe it's me. Who's over in D Live? Let me try something here. Hello. Okay, it works. So whoever's over in D Live will still come through for me. I can still see it. YouTube won't see it, but I'll still see it. Okay. And I don't know if you guys can open that other one up in your browser there. But I don't need to do that. If you guys want to.
Apparently, Snapchat stepped on the social justice warrior or peanuts or.
Yeah. Alrighty then, man. Tony, we got me. I noticed you from the pizza auction. What's your live link? Oh, let me put that up. I think I just closed. It's SJG. I'll do that. How much time we got? 55 seconds. I can do it. I've got time. That's like from here's my D Live link.
How social justice has become a religion.
Join us over at the D Live crowd, everybody.
I know religion. I
want to get more. I want to get more of my people.
I went to Bible college. My degrees in theology.
Because
I know religion.
it is definitely a place that we need to be a little more focused on right now, for sure. Wait for a second. I don't think I want to keep this open. I don't want to suck up any of my extra. Yes. We're starting in 13 seconds. 12. You guys can see it.
Racial transgenderism and similarity. I see
Last 7 minutes, man. Okay, and here we. Oh, see, that wasn't right. It should have went like this. Little rusty there. It just looped itself back. How are you guys doing? It's SJG Perspective, and I wanted to jump on and do a stream, talk about some news, and just shoot the shit with you guys. So yeah, it is insanity in our world right now, as we all know this. And before we get into covering some of these topics, we're just going to do that. Rational is going to join us here in a little while. Can you guys hit the like button? All 5 of you hit the like button. And let's it's 5 people. Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus. That's hilarious. Used to get, I don't know, 25. It was pretty average, like 20, 25 total in here at a time. But I'm like a barfly that doesn't drink. That's funny. We got a new follower. I'm on D Live too. If you want to get me back, yeah, man, I will. I'll open that up later, Tony, and I will. I'll hit you back up on there when I get it back open. But I'm glad that that's there. Your volume seems a bit low. Check 1, 2, check. Okay, which one is my volume right now? Coming through my Focusrite input. Okay, I thought it was loud enough. I kind of don't want to crank this up. But check 1, 2, check. Check 1, 2. Is that a little better now? Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. That should be pretty loud. Should be about as loud as it needs to be. How's that? Oh, are they really? They're starting right now? The fireworks are? Tony, yeah, okay, no, yeah, yes, I will, Tony. It has been a long time, actually. It's dawning on me now. Hang on a second here. Setting up, won't be able to hear for a while. Yep, that is better. Yes, okay. Let me open that up. Let's just go here real quick. Let's go to YouTube and see if I can open up the fireworks. Mount Rushmore fireworks. Oh, it'd be terrible if one of them Wait a minute. Live Trump hosts optional 2020 Mount Rushmore Independence Day fireworks in South Dakota. Oh, that's not really though. Like I thought they were going to be exploding and whatnot. That's just some old farts there, man. Just
Guard Band of South Dakota, and is made up
Okay.
with citizen soldiers from over six.
well, we'll kind of keep
different
that on him. I'll keep that on a
states.
mute until we see some fireworks going off. So, anyways, craziness, man, craziness going on in this world right now. One of the things Fox 10 Phoenix has it. Yes, you're low volume. Yes, is it better now though? I'm good now, right? 5x5 on the voice. I feel like that's got to be loud enough. I'm coming through really loud on my end. Am I good? I mean, I go any louder, I'm going to be freaking blowing you guys out. So, okay, good. All right. Wow. Why don't we jump in? I'll save some meme time in with Steven for when Rat gets in here. Rat hits me up. Okay, good. You can hear fine. Sweet. How is it in the different parts of the country, man? How are you guys all doing out there in the great US of A? With everything that's going on, man. I am going back and forth between anger and let's see here. Laughter and anger and frustration and a little bit of insanity with how crazy and stupid people seem to be. Why is it that we think it's strange that cases are going up when testing has been going up? Number one, when we're just talking about this whole COVID joke, right? The flu, the little bit worse flu than normal season that we're having. It's actually crushing everything we call sweet and good in this country. It's crushing our economy. It's crushing our freedoms. It's crushing our liberties. It's crushing our mindset. It's socially re-engineering us. Why is it that we think it's... I'll pose the question like this. Why do you think the caseload is being pushed so hard right now? Not the death count, the caseload. The caseload's been being pushed wickedly hard right now. Why is that? Oh, that's right. You can't respond. It's just me talking. Rational's not here. Well, if you were asking me, what I would say is because we're trying to freak people out. We're getting ready for lockdown number 2. And we are, the governments and the powers that be are just trying to see how much more power they can get, how much more we'll give them, how much longer we'll play along with this big scammy hoax that is being perpetrated against the American people. Not only is testing going up, false testing is going up. What do I mean by false testing is going up? Well, it just came out here, a video out of Collins County, Texas, that was passed around here a few days ago, that at the end of May, they had a city council meeting, closed-door city council meeting, and they were talking about the new regulations that came out from the Department of Health, or DHS, Department of Health and Services in the county, or in the state in Texas, that were handed down from the NIH and the CDC to them on how to count cases. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys heard this story already. I'm not going to pull the story up. I'm just going to recite it to you from memory. Basically, it goes like this. They were stating that new cases, if you have one confirmed tested case from a PBR or PCR test, PBR, that's the beer, but a PCR test, I believe is what they're called. If you had one confirmed case, contact tracing every single person that person has been around within the last 2 weeks or in the last several days. Let's say you have one person and you have a tree underneath them of 17 other people or 20 other people that are considered now probable cases. Those probable cases are getting rolled up underneath the banner. Now I feel like I'm peeking a little more, so I'm going to bring that down. They're getting rolled up underneath that banner of actual cases. Probable cases now become actual cases counted onto the case log. Not only was it just contact traced people that are probable that now are going to be considered, so that one case turns into 17. if you have 1 or 2 symptoms and you go into the hospital without being tested, and you could be classified as a probable case, you as a probable case get rolled up under the caseload count for that district, county, or state. So there was video of this meeting, them discussing this and going through the PowerPoint presentation in Collins County, Texas, here couple weeks ago. This has also been rolled out to other counties in the country and states in the country, it's getting hush-hush. It's really hard to find any information on it online, but if you dig hard enough, you can find that this new guideline, this new counting guideline is being rolled out. So you have, number one, you have tests going up, so we're going to have more cases. Then you have cases that are completely fraudulent in the legitimacy of their testing rolling up. Then you have people who are asymptomatic or didn't even know they were sick, aren't showing any signs. They're not needing to be hospitalized. They feel absolutely fine, but they're also getting classified now as the new case, all rolled up together. So cases are spiking. The reason they have cases spiking right now is because they want us to live in fear and be freaked out, and they want to try to be able to justify the coming second lockdown 2.0 that is right around the corner. That's what's coming. Everybody knows it. We want to maybe believe it isn't going to happen, but it's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. What are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to play along? Right now, my wonderful Governor Kate Brown decided that she is hardcore enforcing the masks statewide, that you have to have a mask in a restaurant, in any kind of public place, other than I think out on the street, but probably there too. But any restaurant or retail store you go to, you have to wear a mask. And they're going to be sending out Stasi undercover officers from either OSHA or the state organizations to check on businesses and to fine them a $10,000 fine if they're not wearing a mask or requiring other people to wear a mask in their establishment. And you also, Mr. and Mrs. citizens of the wonderful United States of America and all of its various states, you also can be fined upwards of $1,000. I think it's $1,000, could be a $5,000 fine, if you're not wearing a mask in public. This is all happening, and it's all because of this flu. The death count's going down. Right? We've tested 20 million people in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? We've had a slight bump in the cases, but even Dr. Birx has said 25% of the cases are false cases. 25% of them, right? So that lowers your death count. If we're just going to go on death counts, that lowers your death count down to around 100,000. And then you take all the people who were classified as COVID deaths that died of a heart attack but had COVID in their system, so they get classified as a COVID. You could easily knock off of that another 10 or 20%, but easily another 10%. So then you're sitting down in the 80, 90,000 range, right? About the same range that we had during the 2017-2018 flu cycle here. And yet we are shutting everything down for that? Does that make any sense to anybody? No. It only makes sense if you look at it through the lens of what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is take America to its knees. This is a global takeover. They want to force a vaccine on us. It is a complete and total sham that all of us have front row seats to and are tickets to the theater. We're involved in it. We're here. Anyways, let me jump into it. I didn't mean to go all the way down that little rabbit hole there, but it's insanity where we're at right now in this world. People are getting shut down off of YouTube, right and left, getting purged off of YouTube. If you have the wrong think, if you don't bow down and kiss the feet of the Black Lives Matter or the woke left, the intersectional woke left, if you don't bow down before them right now, what's happening? What's happening? You are canceled. You are hardcore canceled. You are shunned. You are taken down, because this is a religion. This is a religion that we're seeing happening right now. This is the religion of the woke left. Speaking of religions, Governor Gavin Newsom, let me find this one right here. Yeah, Governor Gavin Newsom apparently has re-outlawed Singing in churches temporarily banned in California as coronavirus cases spike. We've already covered why they're spiking, right? We've already covered why they're spiking. We've already covered the fake deaths, the way they are putting people, marking people up as death from COVID when they have a heart attack or they have a kidney failure or they have whatever, and then they turn up to have COVID. Well, now, and protesting's fine. If you want to sing in church, you just basically have to be an Antifa member or Black Lives Matter member and be in there. And then that's going to be fine. If you want to do that, that's totally okay. We're not going to be mad at you if you want to sing in church. You want to march down the street and burn churches down, that's okay. We're not going to condemn you for that. We're not going to tell you that's dangerous. You want to march in these protests, that's okay. We're not going to come out and light you up. But you want to sing in church, well, that's just not okay. You could be fined a butt ton of money, 10 grand, I believe it is. California are temporarily banned from singing in churches as part of an effort to stop the spread of the coronavirus. The State Department of Public Health issued an update to its COVID-19 guidelines Wednesday. They gave new instructions to all places of worship as cases in the state spike. Activities such as singing and chanting negate the risk reduction achieved through 6 feet of physical distancing. Wait, chanting does that too? Chanting does that? Why weren't you guys calling out the protesters hardcore and clamping down on them and fining them $10,000? Right? Places of worship must therefore discontinue singing and chanting activities and limit indoor attendance to 25% of building capacity or a maximum of 100 attendees, whichever is lower. The guidance also urges places of worship to continue to facilitate remote services and other related activities for those who are vulnerable to COVID-19, including older adults and those with comorbidities. I think that's totally fine. In any bad flu season, people that are susceptible to catching the flu and dying from it or being hurt from it, right? You would want to limit their exposure. So that's fine. Why couldn't we have just done that from the very beginning? Said, hey, we're going to have a really bad flu season right now. So all of you old people or all of you people with comorbidities or all of you people that are susceptible to a bad flu season, you really need to take extra precautions. Stay home. Don't let people that that could be asymptomatic carriers around for a while. You need to really handle that. Okay, we got Rat calling here. Okay, there he is. Rational Wrong Think. How are you, dude? Why didn't you come up on my why didn't you come up on here? This video call was ended. Let me hit you up on here, Rat. Did you try calling me? Actually, let me go here. Let me see this. Maybe I can just open this one up. All right, guys. Sorry, we're getting Rational Wrong Think involved here. There he is. All right, let me see if I can get you there.
All right, let me see if I can get you there.
I'm going to hang up the phone, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to hang up the phone, dude.
Okay. Still there? Did I hang up on him? Are you there, Rational Wrong Think? Or did I hang up on you? No, I hung up on him. He'll enter the call again. Enter the call again, Rational Wrong Think. Let me ring him, guys. Let me ring Rational Wrong Think. Rat wrong. All right, there he is. How are you, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate. Yep, I got you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I think everyone else. Can everyone else out there in YouTube land hear Rat wrong? Let me open them. Let me do this here real quick. Let me get this set up. Talk again, Rat. Yeah. Talk.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
All right, good. You're in here. All right, man. Rat is in. Rat is in. Ratity Wrong Think. Let me get you in the picture, though.
Been a while.
It has been a minute. It has been a minute. Guest. Where are
But
you at?
to be fair, nothing's been happening in the world, so we haven't really needed to sort of get together and have a chat.
That's pretty true. I mean, it's been pretty sleepy out here. It has been sleepy in, let me see here, Zoom meeting. Okay, let me do this. Hangout video call. There we go. All right, perfect. Boom. Got you in, bro. Got you just
Awesome.
yeah, you're in. Okay, cool. I didn't really plan. I had another one set up. It is more set up for the for when I have guests, so I don't have to do what I'm doing right now. But it's fine. I don't want to.
Yep.
I would have to shut everything down to. But I am gonna have to make you a little smaller because you're being. God dang it, man! There we go.
Oh, am I over your face?
You are over my face, dude, and I have a very.
I don't want to be sitting on your face, man. Seriously.
No, that is weird, dude. You gotta go and make it weird. Rat making it weird. Again. Okay, here, let me do this. There we go. Okay, so perfect. All right, and then when we get to the other swap, when we swap it, we'll get it to there. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So Rat No Wrong Think is with us. I was gonna actually hit you up, dude, and I was just like, screw it. I'm just going live, man, because I didn't want to take up much time. So I'm glad you were the first one in to say hello. That's cool.
Yeah, I only just jumped on just as you started streaming, so that was lucky.
So did you hear what I was saying right here about how they're not letting singing happening in churches right now? They've closed that down in California.
Oh yeah, I did hear you mention a little bit about that, but yeah, I have heard that. So yeah, you can chant, what is it? Yeah, pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon or something, but you can't sing.
You can't sing that. No, that is not acceptable. You can chant that on the street if you're talking about all cops are bastards. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
Yeah. Kill pigs is okay, but Jesus' love is not.
It is not. It is not, especially behind a mask. They're sitting behind a mask. You wouldn't even really be able to understand them very well. And, they can just be like, come Holy Spirit, I love. But that's not okay, But pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon. It says this outbreak of COVID-19 with a high secondary attack rate indicates that SARS-CoV-2 might be highly transmissible in certain settings, including group singing events, the CDC website says. Unfreaking believable, man. But they have no problem. And it's like, I think down here, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's a $10,000 fine I read. Where did I read that? Maybe that's what my wife told me. Here, so here in Portland or in Oregon, it's a $10,000 fine if you're out without your mask. I would assume it's got to be somewhere in the same neighborhood here if you're doing it. We're living in an absolute, dude. We are living in the absolute upside down world right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to say that they piss on us and call it rain. Now they just piss on us.
Yeah. There's not. They're pissing on our back and telling us, no, it's just piss.
They're just pissing on us now. They don't even bother telling us it's rain. They just piss on us.
They are. They're like, you like that? You like that? You like to be pissed. You're a dirty little citizen, aren't you? You like that, you dirty little citizen. You like it. Oh, jeez. I feel like I'm capping out. I hope I'm not distorting when I'm coming through on YouTube, but yeah, dude, it's serious. They're doing that. Yeah, they're doing that. I wanted to now that you're on here too, though, we'll switch over to. Hey, you know what? I wanted to wait for you to do. I wanted to wait for you to do a little of. Excuse me, I got to do this. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix your camera though. Guest one.
Meantime with Steven.
It's so great. Hang on here though. We got to get you up on here. Guest. Where's guest one? There it is, right there. So I want to make you. Where's that one at? Guest. Oh, there it is. You were behind me. Oh no, I was on top of you. Whatever. You like it on bottom anyways. You're more of a bottom.
I don't want you on top of me, and I don't want to be sitting on your face. Like we've got to get this shit sorted. We're gonna have to join the LGBTQ thing, I think.
Okay, hang on a second here. Wait, which one's that one? That one's I'm trying to figure this shit out, dude. I'm trying to figure this. Okay, hang on here.
I like the pigeons, man.
I know, and it's.
Where are our toilets gone?
Oh yeah, why do I have that many? Okay, so anyways, sorry guys, We're just kind of frick it. Who cares, man? You guys can hang with us.
We're just free balling.
We're totally free balling, cause we're free balling. There we go. Yeah, this one is. Maybe I should have made that a little smaller. I just didn't want the top of my damn camera in there, but or my whatever. Anyway, screw it. Fine, good enough. Yeah, that's great. Save our statues. Ah, I love that. That's good stuff. So here, yeah, let's just do a few memes, just get people laughing. We'll jump back to some stories. I got no, guys, listen to me. Listen right freaking now. I don't have any plan for this stream. We're freeballing it. I have some subjects I want to talk about. Rob Reiner, Tim Robbins, the Surgeon General coming out saying that masks are freedoms and how that sounds a lot like Edward Bernays. We touched on the singing in church, and then I want to touch on the Ghislaine Maxwell, what that whole scam freaking arrest was. So those are some of the articles we're going to get to. But until we get to those articles, until we get to those news topics, what we're going to do right now is a little meme time with Steven. So there you go. So this one's funny. It goes, believe in something, even if it means sacrificing your Facebook page for 30 days. Just post it.
I have to say, I am not on Facebook, and I'm quite happy not to.
That's ridiculous. I go on there now just to troll and to piss people off, like, because people are taking everything so seriously with the, you should wear a mask. You just don't care about my grandparents. You need to wear a mask. You don't care. You don't believe in science. Wear a mask. And so I've just been trolling. Not really trolling people, like, to just be a dick, like, trolling them with some good logic on it, kind of a thing, like,
yep.
You need to pull your heads out of your ass and think about this for a second, kind of a thing. But,
yep.
Yeah, it's...
Trolling them with facts.
Trump trolling them with facts. Exactly. You see, Bubba, when you pull down on the rope, the garage door closes. Oh, I haven't read these memes, so that's it. We're just going to go through them right now. This is going to be good, though. The Purge election year. That's so true. You know what's hilarious? What's crazy about that is that these ones right here, these white folk here, they're the ones getting the shit for this.
Yeah. And they were woke, too.
Oh, dude, they were way woke. It's not like these were people who understood their white privilege, living in their badass. Did you see the mansion, though, they were living in? Could you have any more white privilege than the mansion they were living in?
Oh, no, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, these are exactly the epitome of the kinds of people that want black people burning black communities. Who was that Muppet who put up a Twitter thing saying, yeah, burn it all down, and then they came into his neighborhood and he's like, call the police.
Well, that's what happened in Seattle. The mayor was all for the Chaz or Chop until
shot, as I like to call it.
Yeah,
it's a bit harsh, but...
yeah, shot exactly. But they were all for it, right? Until they protested at the front of the mayor's house. All of a sudden, then we need to shut that shit down. We need to shut it down right now. Same thing happened in Portland.
Yep, Candace Owens was spot on. She was talking about it, that she's quite, she was saying that these white liberals are quite happy for the black people to burn down their own communities and perpetuate the poverty, because that means that they perpetuate Democrat voters. Yeah. What they don't want is the people in the black community to figure out that that's what's happening. But you'd think some of them would have to be waking up now when they go in. Look, some of them went into, I don't know, Hollywood or somewhere like that, wherever it was, into another sort of white exclusive area where a lot of the woke celebrities live, and the first thing that happened was the police got called on them straight away. So the people are tweeting out to fund the police, get rid of the police, but then as soon as the black people go to their neighborhood, or the Antifa and BLM, they're not black people, a lot of them are white. Yeah. They're instantly calling for the police. It's like, how can people still buy this bullshit? It's insane, man.
It is insane, but you know what? The force runs strong with these dipshits. It runs very strong. Here's the other interesting part about that is that, or what would be fun to do, as I'm thinking about it right now, what would be fun to do is this. What would be smart is if the Republicans, as I'm adjusting my camera, I'm going to say this, is if the Republicans, I just had this thought, they should start coordinating, right? They should start coordinating and pretending that they're leftists and that they're wanting to coordinate these protests and take all these, just get the useful idiots that just want to burn shit down and coordinate it like George Soros is doing and bust them all into the really bust them into the fancy parts of town.
And have pallets of bricks laid out.
Yep. And do it at the fancy parts of town, and then wait for the reactions of the woke, the caring left, to see how they believe in these, and if they're going to bail them out, they're going to end up bailing them out of prison or jail once they come knocking on their gated communities.
Yeah, yeah, that would be funny.
That would be.
CNN would be all over that though. They would actually do some reporting for a change.
I know. Did you watch that? Did you watch that Chris Coma interview with
Fredo.
Fredo? Yeah,
Oh,
with the white. Yeah.
With this couple. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Jesus,
He-
dude.
that guy is just. He is an absolute penis of a human being. Isn't
He
he
is a penis of a human being. He is. He is.
Such a tosser.
Yeah, yeah. No, I came up with that term in one of my videos, the penis passenger instead of a dick rider. Penis passenger. I'm like, in my last video, one of those, like, you have all these penis passengers. I felt like it was a nicer way to say dick rider, you know, but
Yeah, yeah.
but since I
Yeah,
just
I
said
like
dick rider.
when he was talking to them, he's saying, "But you didn't get hurt. Nothing happened. Well, nothing happened because the dude's standing out there with a gun. You know, like
I know. I know. I know when he was like,
Moron.
he's like, I know. He's like, yeah, but they weren't coming up on your place or anything. It's like, yeah, dumb shit, because I got an AR-15 in my hands, a loaded AR-15.
14, an AR-14,
What's that?
AR-14.
Is it a
You
14?
know, Joe Biden. You know when he was talking
Oh,
about the
I was
AR-14.
like, what?
You know,
AR-14, 15, 16, doesn't matter. It's a teen. It's an AR-teen. And we know how he likes teens. So that's,
yeah, what is it? A semi-fully automatic assault rifle or whatever it is that Joe Biden likes to call them.
oh, you know what? This is a side note here. Did you read those lyrics I put up the other day for my new parody that would get me canceled in a heartbeat? Did you read those?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Let me read them again here. Where are they at? Oh, hang on. No, wrong thread. Here we go. So, everyone, I'm total kind of a segue here, but or side note. I was thinking about doing. You probably don't even know who Justin Timberlake is, do you? You don't.
Yeah, he's a soccer player, isn't he?
No, jeez.
No, of course I know. Of course I've heard of Justin Timberlake. Wasn't he like in a boy band or something?
Yeah, you probably don't know any of their songs though, right?
No, I've heard that one. I've heard that song. That
You're
you're
bringing
talking
sexy
about
back.
because-
You've heard that one, right? Okay.
Oh no, I've heard the parody that Daniel Bostock did. We're bringing Brexit back.
Oh, okay. I
So,
didn't know.
yeah.
I didn't know he did one to that. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's hilarious. So this one I think we should do would be I'm bringing whiteness back. What? You people hate me because I'm not black. What? Guilty white people, y'all don't know how to act. I ain't apologizing, that's a fact. I think we should do that parody, but that would get me canceled
That'd
in
have
a
to be
heartbeat.
BitChute only, I think.
Oh, jeez. Say what?
That would have to be BitChute.
That would
only,
have
I
to
think.
be or D Live. That would get me absolutely just ass raped by YouTube. The First Amendment's freedom to assemble should require a doctor's permission. Dr. Fauci. Did you hear how Fauci has been walking back his claims about a mask anyways, that it's more symbolic than anything else?
No, I haven't heard that. I haven't been sort of keeping up with Dr. Fauci and his
Fauci.
his,
You have a name for
Fauci.
everything, dude. You have a great name for everything on this kind of stuff. Oh man.
Well, I do try to come up with humorous names for things.
Yeah.
It's one of my things. You know?
It is. It's weird too because you're Australian again. I'm sorry. I should probably. Do I need to lay off the Australian? Crap?
No, it's fine, mate. No,
It's
no,
fine
go
with you.
for it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Can you read that? You want to take this one?
yeah. Joe Biden completes an entire sentence. Democrats, you did it, you crazy son of a bitch. You did it.
That was okay, funny. I haven't checked these for humor, so we're just doing it. It says you're wearing a mask, staying 6 feet from people simply because your government told you to. Aren't you glad they didn't tell you to suck a dick? I have not. I'm sorry, guys. For those who are offended out there, and I didn't preface these. I didn't censor them beforehand. Oh man, you want to take that one? Take the Charlie Brown one.
I like being black. That's nice. I like being white. Racist.
It's funny because it's true.
Because it's true.
It's
Yep.
freaking true.
Did you see the two stories that came out in the UK that I think they sort of overlap each other quite interestingly? There was a guy who wrote "White Lives Matter." He used some like a weed killer or something to put it onto grass, and that's considered a hate crime. And then there's a university professor I think she might be Indian or Pakistani or something, and she put out a tweet saying white lives don't matter, and that was considered okay, and she actually got a promotion.
No, I didn't see that. That's absolutely insanity. I thought black lives were part of all lives.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But
Oh,
no.
did he put white lives matter or all lives
Yeah,
matter?
yeah. He put. Oh, it might have been, or he might have put something like it's okay to be white or white lives matter, all lives matter. I can't remember exactly what he said, but anyway, it wasn't going along with the theme of the day that only black lives matter or black lives matter. And so it was considered to be a hate crime. It's actually being investigated as a hate crime. But saying white lives don't matter is okay.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
It is where we're at. It's absolutely freaking I don't even know what to say
Insane.
anymore. It's insanity. It's a fucking mental disorder. The people
The
are.
last time
Go ahead.
The last time this kind of rhetoric was accepted was in Germany in the 1930s, but it was about a different group of people.
Yeah.
The whole thing about social justice and racial privilege, and you can't be racist against a particular group. All of that crap comes out of Germany in the 1930s.
Yeah.
I've been saying this to people for a long time. It's not going to end well. We know where Nazi rhetoric ended up before, when it was done by the same type of people.
Yeah.
Right? So why would anybody think it's going to end up different now just because it's a different race that's being targeted? Yeah, it's crazy.
No, and there's more vitriol. I feel like there's more vitriol, more hatred, and it's getting fomented more and more and more every single day against white people. It's crazy, and there's no logic. There's no rationale to it. You cannot try to rationalize or have a rational, logical conversation about any of this stuff. God forbid you bring up freaking FBI statistics about the black on black crime and black on white crime, and God forbid you bring that up. But just on a very base level, if you try to have any kind of logic, you can't do it. It's not gonna happen, and you are gonna be labeled an absolute racist scumbag white supremacist.
Yeah, and the thing is too that this actually isn't about race.
No, not at all.
Plenty of people have pointed this out, like Candace Owens and Larry Elder and guys like that.
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair,
worse than us.
To be fair, Larry Elder probably is he's pretty racist. Don't you think?
Is he?
He's black, dude.
Larry Elder?
Yeah. I was
were you joking there?
I was joking. That was a joke. There was an attempt at humor. So
right,
either my attempt at humor was terrible, or you just proved the Australian stereotype, because you didn't. I think it was probably more on me on that one, though. That was moving on.
Okay.
Moving on. The Babylon Bee. We can't just overturn precedent, says Supreme Court Justice of nation where slavery was once legal. We can't just overturn precedent. That's okay. It's not that funny. I don't know why. I didn't think it was that funny. Just in case you are wondering about the rest of 2020, the next 5 months will spell Jason. What? How does that? June,
July,
August, September,
October, November. Didn't you know that?
What's that? I don't know why.
Didn't you know that?
I didn't know that. And then even when he told me, I tried
You're
to spell it out.
Australians dumb.
I am slow today, dude. I am not gonna lie. I'm feeling a little slow. Most people who know me are gonna be like, no, it's pretty normal for you. U.S. government. Americans should have 3 months of expenses saved up. Also, the U.S. government. Our nation debt. $20 trillion. That was a long time ago. Your family share, 370. What do you mean your family share? Yeah, think about that, dude. $372,000 is just my portion of the national debt.
Yep. That's a house. Well, a lot, depending on where you're living. But
Yeah, no,
for a lot of people, that's a house.
Oh, easy. Yeah, that would pay off.
Yeah.
That'd pay off my house and put a couple 20 grand in the bank. Yeah. My house is
Yep.
too freaking expensive now that I look at it like that. Damn. No, we
Especially
just
with where you're living. I can't imagine the land values going up in your area.
well,
It's getting. You're super woke land, aren't you? Where you are.
yeah. We're in Portland. We're not in Portland. I haven't been downtown Portland for probably months, which it's so silly. I should go down there and cover some of the riots, but I'm not scared to go down and do it, but my wife is absolutely not into me doing it because I'm the not their sole provider. She has a business too, but she loves me. God bless her. You know, she's just like, she's not into
What's wrong with this woman?
I know. What's wrong with this woman? She's not really into me doing it because she's like, you know what? It's dangerous as hell down there right now, though. It's crazy. Hey, did you check out my? Did you see my new picture in the back? It's pretty nice, isn't it? My flag.
The flag.
Yeah, I used to have this white picture back there, but I picked this. It's actually 3 pictures. You know, 3. You put them together. But I'm pretty stoked about that, man. Because I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know. Well, no, we don't even know that.
You're a racist.
I'm a racist bitch. And we don't even know we're free anymore, man. Or at least we think we're free. That's probably how the song should go. Wow, math lesson. This, I don't know if I should attempt this, but let's just read it. A math lesson for everyone out there. We're just burning through people watching. They're like, this is boring as hell, man. This is boring as hell. No insurance. Hey, easy only. What's up, Franny? Let me say hello to some people here. Freebird, 2 + 2 does not equal 5. It does in Portland. Can we just print it up too? The money. Yeah, I get you. Stefan remove. Statistics got Stefan. Is that what got Molinex removed? Him talking about the statistics? Is that what got his channel canceled? I'm asking you, Rational.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Sorry, I was reading through the chat. So I thought you were talking to somebody in the chat there. Sorry.
No, I was like, hello.
Oh, no. Stefan Molyneux, you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he looked at links between individuals sharing certain genetic characteristics and their IQ.
Oh.
That's what did it for him.
You know, if I'm being totally honest on that, I mean, I know that that's pretty factual, right? I was trying to make that so we could read it.
But there's a lot that goes into that, though. It's not a race thing. Like,
No,
I've said this to people who bring that up, and I could take you to areas in Australia where there's white people who struggle to speak English.
Isn't
They
that
can't
mostly
figure out how to use
Australia,
things
though?
like tense.
Isn't that mostly Australia?
Can you see that? But look, culture has a massive bearing on things like your IQ. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
And people don't get this. Like your IQ is being formulated not just before you're born, but after you were born, especially in those early sort of days, weeks, months.
Yeah.
And so if you come from a family that doesn't value interaction with the child, and you don't have a larger family around the child, and they're constantly getting stimulated and they're getting eye contact and all that kind of stuff, the kid is going to have problems with their IQ. They're going to be more likely to develop mental disorders of varying kinds. So it's too simple to say that it just comes down to a racial thing. It doesn't. There's a lot that goes into it. Now, you can argue that there are certain cultures where it has become a genetic thing, like, for example, in certain elements of a particular organization of peace that I won't name, there are certain communities there where they've been marrying within the family for a very long time, because people tend to marry cousins and stuff like that. And so they have got enormous genetic problems. And you can say, okay, well, that's a genetic thing, but that's isolated to a particular case of people who have been inbreeding for a long time. And, inbreeding anywhere isn't good. It's not to do with the race of the people; it's to do with the culture.
Yeah. No, it's so true, man. It's very, very true. Well, here, I want to go over. We're going to switch out of there because there wasn't a whole lot of funny ones left.
That was a good one. Soon, only 99.98% of us will remain.
That is pretty funny, actually.
It's going to kill 0.02% of us. We need to lock down everything.
It's over, Stan. COVID is here. Soon, only 99.98% of us. That's funny. I wasn't even paying attention to it, actually.
That's probably the best one, and we missed it.
That is the best one, and we missed it. Damn it. Okay. Anyways. I want to open up the phone lines. Well, I'll open up the phone lines later to all 9 people that are here if anybody wants to call in. I have a way I think you can hear it if we try it. We'll try it later. Anyways, back to this one. Rob Reiner. We will find out how many racists live in America. How is this not inciting. Literally, I mean, ultimately, this is inciting people to violence. This kind of rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you vote for Trump, you're a racist. That is what is being.
When the reverse is probably more likely to be true.
Absolutely, it's more likely to. It's true, dude. But black people. But that's the whole thing. We can't. Whites are the only one who can be racist. You got to have power to be racist. And since black people don't have any power in America, forget black entertainment television and affirmative action and all the other things where if you speak even the slightest hint of anything truthful against the blacks in the sense of statistics, you're a flaming racist. They don't have any power, so they can't be racist.
You get shut down on social media, you lose your voice.
Absolutely.
You can lose your job. But that's because we have power, and the people that don't have power are becoming increasingly untouchable.
Says left-wing actor, Hollywood director Rob Reiner suggested that all Trump supporters are racist, claiming that we will find out how many racists live in America on Election Day. Trump is a stone-cold racist who is running his campaign as a proud white supremacist, tweeted the jerk actor. On November 3rd, we will find out how many racists live in America. So this is something that's interesting, what these celebrities do. They just throw out these inflammatory statements, but they don't back it up with any kind of, okay, well, do you think that he's a stone-cold racist? Why? How is his campaign running his campaign as a proud white supremacist? How's he running his campaign as a white supremacist? How? Give me some examples.
Well, he called people in Charlottesville fine people. He said there were fine people on both sides.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that he said in that interview as well, in that press conference as well, that he wasn't talking about white supremacists and neo-Nazis.
Right. That doesn't matter.
You can't. It can't be factual. No. You can't have any fact in it. You have to wonder, like, when Hillary Clinton did that whole basket of deplorables thing, you kind of got, even in Australia, we kind of got a sense that was the moment where her failing, spluttering campaign died.
Oh yeah.
Right, and it seems like that they're looking at the playbook that they used there that failed and saying, "Hey, let's do that again. Maybe it'll work this time."
Well, it looks like it's working right now. I mean, there's enough people on board with this because of the campaign that they've just ramped up hardcore. People are buying this. People are thinking that white people are racist. If you do not get down on your knees and whip yourself and apologize for being white, then you are part of the you're racist. I mean, it's working right now. At this point, I'll be honest. I don't think now. I'm not going off of polls or anything else. I'm going off of the fact that I don't know if Trump wins, man. I really don't. If I had to put some money down on it right now, I'd say he doesn't. Right now. Now that could all change. Yeah, I don't think he wins right now. I don't think he wins. Now I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but I also want him to actually start doing some shit. I'm not thrilled with Trump right now, and I know you weren't on when I said this, or maybe you were. I've lost 25. I lost 25 subscribers. I was stuck at the 1745 mark, forever. And I hadn't been putting up content. I just didn't care really. I was starting to be like, I don't even know if I'm going to do streams anymore. I don't know if I'm even going to do this anymore just because the news cycle was so overwhelming me and everything. But yeah, when I clicked on today, I had like 16 subscribers. Like, what? Or 17, 13. So I don't know if I pissed some people off and they're like, oh, he doesn't believe in Trump. He's not sucking on the Trump nipple anymore. I'm out of here. And if that's people, they're going to feel that way. You can feel that way. Right now, Trump is not doing what he should be doing. Now, he's came out recently, and he threw Kushner under the bus a little bit, but big deal. I mean, big deal that you're now realizing Jared Kushner is a liberal giving you bad advice when you've had him in your freaking, inner circle advising you and listening to that cock for as long as you have. Big deal now that you don't. Now you're turning your back on him. A little too little, a little too late in my mind. And I have some friends that are doing some research on Trump and digging down deep on like just the Republicans in general and whatnot. There's a lot of I don't know, man. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm disappointed in a lot of stuff right now. I'm disappointed.
Look, I can understand that, but I mean, for me, obviously, I get a different perspective on it. I'm kind of looking from well and truly on the outside, the other side of the world. But it does seem to me that he was put in a situation where there was no right answer. Like if he had sent in the military, you can imagine how the media would have gone with that. And I think, from my perspective, him letting Chaz become a laughing stock and a failure. Okay, unfortunately, some people died, and that that's always unfortunate. We don't want that to be happening. But letting that happen, you kind of hope that people will see that and go, maybe there's something else going on here. These peaceful protests where things are getting set on fire and people are getting shot maybe aren't quite as peaceful as we thought. So maybe he's kind of banking on the fact that the liberal narrative is going to destroy itself. Whereas if he had gone in there and actually sent in the military or something like that, as people were asking him to do, it would have caused some serious problems.
Yeah.
Because the media would have loved that. I'm sure that's what they were banking on. I'm sure that Nancy Antoinette was so concerned about George Kirby's death. George Kirby, as she called him, that she was praying that Trump would send in the military to try to end this thing, so that they could, ramp up the narrative that the guy's a Nazi and a fascist and all these other things. And he didn't play into that. So I don't know. I mean, what was the right answer? What should he have done? Like, I look at it and I think, I think he did the right thing, even though it was bad for him short term. I think long term it could very well work to his advantage.
Maybe.
But, yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, you're there, so.
Well, modus operandi, who is a longtime faithful follower sub, who I appreciate. He said people don't like give ups. SJG, you lost your bravado. Okay, so I'll address that without any ill towards Modus at all. No, I haven't. You're saying because I just felt like giving up and not doing videos. Okay, maybe that's what he meant. Not because I wasn't supporting Trump. No, I'm not giving up on my video, my channel. I think I just needed a break a little bit, to get my head right. But I'm going to call them as I see them. And right now there's so many things. I don't have them all listed out ready to just ramp them up, because I'm not going to rip on Trump right now and destroy him. But there's so many things about him that I'm so freaking pissed off about. He came out and he capitulated to the masks just recently. I'll say that one. And he's pushing the vaccine. He's pushing the vaccine. He's capitulating on masks right now. When we all know this virus is bullshit. So why are you capitulating on the masks? We all know this virus is bullshit. So why are you pushing the Bill Gates vaccine narrative? Those are the things that's like makes me wonder, what are you doing, Trump? What are you doing?
Yep.
The people that are supporting you and got your back and that need somebody to have their back, you're not doing it. By doing that, by coming out and saying that, you are leaving us who are still fighting for freedom, fighting for common sense, fighting for logic and rational thought. You're leaving us behind. That's what pisses me off. Just those couple things, among other things that he's done, right? When he was in January coming out saying, it's nothing but the flu. It's China. It's the China virus. It's the flu. I was like, yes, stick with that. Keep that. And then he just capitulated. And he's like, he has all these. You were like, well, he's had terrible people around him. I mean, we got to understand. He's had some terrible, terrible people without him, Modus, hang on a second, dude. It says the vax is not mandatory. Okay, so they're not going to line us up with a gun to our head and shove a needle into our arm. But what they are going to do is this. They're going to say, you're not allowed to work if you don't have your vaccination. You're not allowed to go into stores if you don't prove you have your vaccination. You're not allowed to have a life if you don't have your vaccination. And then you think the mask shaming is bad right now. All the mask shaming is for right now is to condition people, socially engineer people, get them all ready to get all the Nancys and the Karens lined up, right, to be able to bitch and moan and complain and pressure all the rest of society to capitulate, right? That's all the mask stuff is right now. It's the pre-vaccine pressure initiative is what it is. We're just seeing, if you think mask shaming is bad right now, wait until the vaccine comes out and you say you're not going to take it. You will be at that point. They say it isn't mandatory right now. You wait until it comes out. It will be, I do believe it will be eventually mandatory. You are getting it. And even old the one lawyer that likes to touch little kids, what's his face, Dershowitz, right? Dershowitz has even came out and said constitutionally they can shove a needle in your arm if you don't want to get it. Constitutionally they can do this. He's came out and said this stuff. So come on, man.
I don't see how that would be valid. But then again, with the way that your high court's going, your Supreme Court, high court here in Australia, Supreme Court for you guys, they could do that. I mean, it doesn't look as though. Again, this is another thing I was sort of saying to people a long time ago. Your constitution's a bit of paper. It won't defend you. You have to defend it.
Exactly.
I think that's a thing that I'd like to see Donald Trump coming out and very much strongly supporting the U.S. Constitution, in very strong support of liberty and the idea of the people being free, like he did early on. You know, when he first got elected, and I remember when he went to Poland, he gave one of the best speeches that I've heard from a political leader in, well, probably ever. Really, it was a fantastic speech about freedom. And he appears to have moved away from that. I mean, I do give him a little bit of leeway in the fact that he's fighting this battle pretty much on his own. I don't think he's got too many people around him that are necessarily on his side. And I really think he needs to get Flynn back. He should be pardoning Flynn. He should just, you're done, and get him
exactly. But why isn't he?
Get him back in.
Why isn't he?
And then
you have all the Q stuff out here. You can starve a free man.
Yeah.
What about the with all the Q people out there that are like, man, it's all about to fall. Everyone's gonna fall, and people are the Q's jumping on all this. Oh, look at Max. We got Ghislaine. That's a scam, dude. Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm excited. She just put a video out. Why isn't she arrested? So she's arrested now.
Yeah.
Why wasn't she arrested long ago? She was living in $1 million mansion up in Maine. You're gonna tell me the FBI didn't know where she was? You're going to pretend like our surveillance or our intelligence apparatus didn't know where Ghislaine Maxwell was this whole damn time? You're going to try to get me to believe that she was hiding from the powers that be? And now all of a sudden she's arrested and dominating. It's dominating the headlines. I was noticing yesterday when I was looking through the Daily Mail, because I like to read some of these really libtarded news sources. And 11 articles or 11 headlines. Like when you first turn on the app, it was the first 11 topics or headlines were about Ghislaine Maxwell. Why now? Well, what's the scam? I'm all glad she's arrested, but what's going to go on? And then I read one today that she's going to turn. She's going to flip on some people, right? Why now? Yep. And is this just like a distraction bone that we're being thrown by the Q crowd, or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, I think now is a very good time to be having a look at stories other than the jizz, and see what's going on. Because look, it doesn't always work this way, but usually when there's something going on, there's a big story going on, and everybody's looking at the bright shiny bauble. There's something going on over here, and there's no guarantee. Firstly, there's no guarantee that she's going to turn.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that she's going to be found guilty of committing all the crimes that she committed.
There's no guarantee she's going to be alive in the next 2 weeks.
That's what I was going to say. There's no guarantee that she's not going to find a way to commit suicide without her knowledge, in the way that Epstein did. So, this could just be a bright, shiny bauble that we're being shown while something else is getting done over here.
Yeah,
so
that's what I think.
I'm barely paying attention to jizz. Whatever's going to happen with that thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Away from the shiny bauble, because I think that's where the news is. And but when it comes to Q, I've decided I'm actually going to just start tackling them head on, because I have a few people around me that are into Q. Like, seriously, you guys believe that Forrest Gump, whatever that clown's name is,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. That's it. I never remember his name. But people believe that he's either been arrested or he's dead after he got COVID in Australia. And he's been replaced with a clone.
Yeah.
Like. This, like, I had a look at the Q stuff early on, and I thought, some of that stuff seems a little bit valid, some of it not. Yeah. But then I just kind of largely ignored it, and that was where we made the mistake, because this has been used to just take people off in this really insane direction, and just ignore the real world and ignore what's going on. And I really think that we should have been looking at it. We should have been pushing back on it, but we didn't know. I mean, none of us knew, and I didn't keep an eye on it, because I just thought, whatever. If it's right, it's right. I wasn't expecting it to turn into, Hillary Clinton's a lizard person, and Tom Hanks is a clone, and it's madness.
Yeah, hard drive said to keep the eyes off Joe. that could be. I mean, this whole thing. Joe's been in the basement, not having to do any kind of. I mean, he will get just him. I mean, I don't think he's going to be the nominee. I do not think he will make it to and get the nomination. I don't think so. I think at the last minute, Como or somebody else is going to step in, and it's going to be there. That's going to be their October surprise, more or less. But
there's got to be just in the Joe being in the basement. There's got to be a Bob Dylan parody song in there. Joe's in the basement.
Joe's in the basement.
Look out, kid! You're going to get sniffed. God knows when, but he's doing it again.
You put some thought into that one. I can tell a little bit already.
No,
That's
no,
good.
it only just popped into my head when you said that he's down in the basement. And like just the way that you said it, they kind of fitted with that song.
Yeah. No, no Q people believe that. Geez. He says no Q people. Modus says no Q people believe that. Only idiots do. Well, there's some of the yeah, maybe not, man. But I just I can't get behind the Q stuff anymore.
I've
I'm
had
more
Q followers tell me that Hanks guy is a clone, and I was shown a video. So I don't know whether it's linked to Q, but this guy that I was talking to thinks that it is, and I've been talking to this guy for a while. So he's normally a reasonably rational dude. He might even be watching this for all I know.
yeah.
Um, but that stuff's insane. So that might not be coming directly from Q, but it certainly come from people that are linked in to it. So I'll have to go back and I'll find the video and I'll try to get the link to you.
And to be fair,
I'll put it in Discord mode so you can have a look.
and to be fair, I mean, there's in any kind of movement you have your fringers, right? You have the real tinfoil hatters that are out there where the mainstream maybe doesn't think that way, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
so I mean, because I believe we have a moon. I just don't believe we went there. Like, and then there's the people who are like, no, man, the moon, we don't even have a moon. It's all a hologram or whatever. And I'm like, oh, geez. No, I believe we have a moon. I just don't think we ever actually set foot on it. But, yeah, laugh it up, dude. We didn't go. Laugh it up. I gotta get back.
Look, I'm ambivalent about it. Like I think if America didn't go there, they had every reason to say that they had gone there and to manipulate reality so that people would think that they had, because at that time they were in a Cold War,
Right, it was
and they were
brilliant.
losing in the technology side of things. So they had the perfect motivation to do it. And I've no doubt that there are people in the United States. I mean, you have a look at what the intelligence agencies were prepared to do to Donald Trump. So we know that these people aren't interested in the real world. There was the crack Contra thing. The American, the CIA started selling crack when they were supplying weapons illegally to the Contras to fight against the Sandinista government. So it's not like there aren't bad things that are done, and it's not like there's not conspiracies and not conspiracies in the sense of a conspiracy theory that's insane, but I mean actual conspiracies that involve members of your intelligence communities and other things to misrepresent reality to a significant degree. So look, it's possible.
Yeah. I think the moon's a globe. Easy only. I don't think Easy only.
The moon's a flat disc like the Earth, man. Come on, what are you talking about?
I don't think Easy only ever knew I didn't believe that, man. JFK is alive. You think people with brains believe that? No, only morons. True. No, I don't think JFK is alive, but I definitely believe that JFK was not just shot by Oswald. Yeah, I didn't mean to turn this into a conspiracy stream, but yeah, no, I absolutely believe the moon is a globe. I just don't believe we actually sent it in the 60s with the technology of a toaster. I don't believe we sent somebody up there, or sent people up there 7 times flawlessly. No, I don't think that ever happened. We can't do it today because we lost all the technology and all the papers of how to do it. We can't do it today. Our goal is to get there. Our goal is to get there.
Yeah, I'd love to know why Donald Trump didn't release, because he said he was going to release all of the info on JFK. I'd love to know why he didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
What's in there that made him think that maybe it's not such a good idea?
Yeah.
Was it an inside job?
Yeah.
He may well have been taken out by the CIA or the NSA or something like that, because I think he was talking about banking, wasn't he? The banking system being a little bit corrupted from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that generally bodes poorly for you. Ask Gaddafi. How did it work out for him? And he was talking about the corrupted global banking system. He got JFK'd.
Like we were talking about earlier, sending the protesters up to the elite and the rich places. I would like to do that with Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins compares ICE to the Nazi Secret Service. The function is to deport people of color and ethnic cleansing. So what we should do then is just send all of the. Why don't we ship them up to like Trump said? We should be shipping them. We should be shipping all the illegals up to West Hollywood. Up the West Hollywood Hills and these people's front doors, and seeing what they would do. They'd be doing the same thing the mayors would be doing, that the mayors were doing when the protesters were protesting on their front door. All of a sudden they'd have a different take on it.
Absolutely.
Actor-director Tim Robbins has compared the U.S. immigration and custom enforcement to the Nazi SS, claiming that ICE's mission is to deport people of color and carry out ethnic cleansing in America. This guy wants to lecture us on ethnic cleansing. Meanwhile, he supports the very movements and organizations that literally want to see the white people cleansed from the earth. Ultimately, even though they may not fully come out and say that, they're just not there yet. They've said everything but that yet. Well, a few of them have came out and said it, the fringe ones that have came out and said that we should be murdered and whatnot. But that, it'll be mainstream here shortly. That'll be the mainstream.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
You know? And this dickwad says that.
Oh, no, in the UK, they have, like they're all about their diversity. They love their diversity, like in all of their advertising and all this kind of stuff. And you have a look around at all of the different posters in the UK, and they all have these lovely, diverse people, and you never see a white couple together, and yada, yada, yada. There's one ad that's an exception. There's great big billboards that only have white people on them. And what are those billboards for? Sterilization.
Yeah.
They're wanting people to get sterilized, and they only have white people on the ad. It's like,
Yeah.
that's about as subtle as walking up to someone and smacking them in the nuts with a brick.
That's funny. Mobster from Twitch said, "Oh my, I'm the only one here. You're the only one there, bro." Mobster on Twitch. There's some people over on our YouTube channel and on our DLive channel. Not a ton. We're only running about 10 people on this stream right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Whatever. I'm thinking about doing, even though the streams are easier because you don't have to, like, there's no editing or anything, you just do it. But I'm thinking about maybe starting to do a show, like a half an hour, 45-minute show, but a pre-recorded show where I can have my different segments, maybe word things the way I want to. And then stream it live. I kind of was talking about this before, but then I'd get on live afterwards. But I'm thinking about recording a show, running it, and then have it be live. And then I just afterwards, just click over, switch the scenes on OBS to me being live.
Yep. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's a really good way to go. You did do that a couple of times or something like that, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Put on a thing and then you went live. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you time to actually get people in because you can put you do it as a premiere, so it gives people notice that you're going to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be kind of cool to do. But anyways, I don't want to give Tim Robbins any more time. He's an idiot. This was another subject. Surgeon General Adams on the 4th of July celebrations. Wear a mask if you want independence, if you want freedom. Wear a mask. This is the shit, dude. This is the shit right here,
the
man.
President of the United States hosting 2 large gatherings, one at Mount Rushmore, the other in Washington, D.C., where a few 100,000 folks are expected. Masks not going to be required at either event. We know, based on CDC guidance, that large gatherings presents the biggest problem right now. If a loved one came to you, Dr. Adams, and said,
"You can't hear this, can you, Rat?"
to one of those events, what would you advise?
Okay, sure.
Well, thank you so much for that question, Craig. And as we go into this 4th of July weekend, it's important that everyone remembers my Surgeon General's prescription for staying safe from coronavirus. 3 quick...
He just said his Surgeon General warning, or his Surgeon General suggestion for staying free from coronavirus.
points. Number one,
know
your risk. We know
your
people
risk.
who are older and people who have chronic medical conditions such as diabetes, obesity, and high blood pressure are at higher risk for coronavirus. If you're at higher risk, you should consider staying at home. Number 2, understand your circumstances. Are you in a community where spread is going up or going down? Are you going to a place where you can social distance or not? Are you going to a place that's outside or inside?
Are you going to a place where you can social distance? Know your environment. Is it smart for you to go out?
As we know, outside is lower risk than inside for spread of coronavirus.
But Dr. Adams, with all due respect, not to interrupt you, but we know that large gatherings presents the biggest risk right now.
The fella on the left, right, just said, we know that going out and crowds are the biggest risk, So why would you say go out?
You advise someone to go to a large gathering, yes or no?
Well, Craig, it's not a yes.
He asked, would you advise someone to go to a I'm doing this for Rational, guys, because he can't hear this. Would you advise somebody to go out, is what he's asking him.
Yes or no, every single person has to make up their own mind. There are going to be people going to beaches, going to barbecues, going to different environments,
going to barbecue, going to different environments.
Risk.
And they got to look at their individual
CDC
risk.
Says larger gatherings are a higher risk. You have to take that
larger
into account
gatherings are a
again,
higher
whether
risk.
or not you're at risk, whether you live with someone who is vulnerable, and then you have to take measures to stay safe. And the most important thing I would say to people is if you do go out to a gathering or in public, please wear a face covering. As we talk about
our Surgeon General
and independence, it's important to understand.
He looks like such a tool and such a puppet. Like, he's this young guy, kind of has a lisp a little bit when he talks, and like this. I'm not saying he's not well qualified, but he's a puppet. He's a yes man puppet, and he has a little bit of a lisp when he talks. And so again, that's neither here nor there, but it's true. But looting and rioting, kind of like Freebird said, go looting, go rioting all you want, but don't go to a barbecue. Don't go to a damn barbecue because you can spread the thing. So this guy a couple days ago, and I thought that's what this one was going to touch on. This article was going to touch on. But this, you know what I should do too? In between, I'll do a break after this, and then I'll switch over to Zoom. You can open up a Zoom if I send you a link in Hangouts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because then we can do the, you can hear what they're saying.
Yep.
This guy said their freedom, that masks are a symbol of freedom. He was like, wearing a mask is a symbol of freedom. It's a symbol of freedom. This is the guy that is in Trump's, cabinet, who Trump's promoting. And this is like, what the frick, man? What are you freaking talking? You're the Surgeon General, man. What are you freaking talking about? You're pushing the lies. They're pushing the lies, man. What thoughts on that, dude?
I wouldn't have a problem if they would stick, like if saying like for wearing masks and stuff like that. If you're someone who's got, say, a pre-existing lung condition or you're morbidly obese or something like that, and you're going out in public, then all right, fine, wear a mask, right? It should be that, from my perspective anyway, it should be the people that are at risk, that are quarantining. Not everybody in the country. That's just idiotic. I think we know that beyond doubt now.
Right.
So if you're old, if you're obese, if you have a pre-existing lung condition, you have a major heart condition or something like that could affect you and cause COVID to be a greater risk to you, then by all means, quarantine yourself, wear a mask, put gloves on if you want, put yourself in a bubble. Right. Remember the people that were doing that back in the early days, they were getting in those giant, great big bubble things and going around, a little bit weird. That was, if you want to do that, fine. But for the rest of us, let us make up our own minds as to whether or not we want to be putting our own lives at risk. And it seems like from the little bit of research that I've done into this, that if you are, reasonably fit and healthy, and even if you do get this thing, you're going to be predominantly asymptomatic, and you're not going to be at risk of passing it on to other people.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Here, let's do this real quick. I'm going to do a, okay. Lost probably everybody, but you guys still there? Who's all still there? Can you guys give me a hello here? I switched it up, so let me see here. Okay, so we'll wait for Rational to come back here. He'll be back in a second. Let's switch this over to the Zoom meeting. Okay, so emit. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm emitting Rational. Where's he at? Rational, where are you? Okay, we're going to do a 60-second timeout here, guys, for Rational Wrong Think. We'll be back.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Start your video, Rat. There you go. Can you hear it, Rat?
Yeah, mate.
This is... The radio. In the television, Marilyn Monroe. liars. Your spin keeps on turning up. It's time we burn it down. We're calling out the liars. That is Rational Wrong Think, everybody. Please go and subscribe to his channel while you still can. Because it could go away at any moment. And that is true. And why? There we go. That's it. Okay, so let me open this back up. So we just listened to, and now I got you on here. So we just listened to the Surgeon General talk about wearing a mask is freedom, right? Wearing a mask is freedom. If you guys aren't aware of who Edward Bernays is, Edward Bernays was a huge propagandist. He helped he had ties in the Nazis and Freud and so on and so forth. And he worked with the government to convince people through propaganda different things. So here was one thing he talked about.
George Hill, president of the American Tobacco Company, or the largest, maybe the largest tobacco company extant at that time, called me in and said, we're losing half
like Joe
of our
Biden.
market. And I said, why, Mr. Hill? He said, there's a taboo of men, there's a taboo by men that does not permit women to smoke, either in public or even at home. What can we do about breaking down that taboo? I said, have I your permission to see a psychoanalyst? He said, what'll it cost? I said, let me ask. So I called up Dr. Brill, who was one of the great disciples of my uncle Sigmund Freud, said, what'll it cost, Dr. Brill, for me to have a little conference with you on a question that is of importance to the people whom I'm working with? And he said, $125, which at today's purchasing power would be about 20 times that. So I went to Dr. Brill and I asked him what cigarettes meant to women. And let me say in parenthesis that cigarettes at that time were not regarded as dangerous to your health because that had not been found out yet. In fact, they were regarded as symbols of manhood. Little boys smoked them to prove that they were older than they were. And they were regarded as symbols of importance in the society, giving pleasure and so on.
Right.
So,
I'm leading up to something on this. So this guy is telling a story about how the government, U.S. government, or not the U.S. government, but the tobacco industry came to him and said, "Hey, how can we get the whole public and the whole populace on board with women smoking? Right? Getting it to be okay for women to smoke."
I went to Dr. Brill and asked him what cigarettes meant to women. And he answered very quickly, cigarettes are torches of freedom to women. They want to smoke to dramatize man's taboo against women by not permitting them to smoke. And that's why they want to smoke. And then he added as an afterthought, and they titillate the erogenous zones of the lips. Here I had my $125 worth of knowledge. What could I do with that information? I decided that there were 2 days of freedom in the United States. One was July 4th, political freedom, but that was no good because people were in the country using firecrackers to celebrate the day. They were permitted at that time. This was some 50 years ago. The other day was Freedom of the Spirit, Easter Sunday, and it occurred to me that any young debutante who was aware of the times and of herself as a woman being discriminated against would be delighted to walk in the Easter parade with her bow to dramatize the idea that cigarettes were indeed torches of freedom, to validate and to invalidate the taboo against women smoking. So I called up a debutante friend of mine, asked her to get another friend and two young men whom they liked, and I also instructed them on how to give information about what they did to the newsreels, weekly newsreels, to the newspapers, to the three important press associations, the AP, the United Press, and International News Service, and to walk from 34th Street to 57th and back and forth, lighting torches of freedom to protest man's inhumanity to women by a taboo against smoking. Next morning, there wasn't a newspaper in the United States, even the New York Times had a front page story, "Debutantes light torches of freedom to protest man's inhumanity to women by a taboo against smoking," lighting cigarettes in their walk. The interesting thing to me was that within 3 days, the newspapers, without any intercession on my part, published accounts that women were smoking in Union Square in San Francisco, in Union Square in Denver.
Back then,
and on
one
the
man.
Boston Commons.
One man with a plan.
And to my surprise, within 6 weeks, on their own, without any intercession on my part, the League of Theaters, which had a ban on women smoking in the smoking rooms under the orchestras of every good theater in New York, lifted the ban and women were allowed to smoke. That obviously set a trend, and the Surgeon General's statement that cigarettes were dangerous to your health did not come out until about 30 years later.
Look at that smile on that slimy dude's face, man. This guy did a lot of really, really shady shit. Edward Bernays, if you guys don't know who he is, look him up and do a little research on him. But tying this back to the Surgeon General coming out and saying masks are a sign of freedom. The freedom, it's the freedom mask, right? Masks are freedom. It's freedom. And the propaganda and the mind F that's going on right now. That's why we're seeing everybody. That's why we're the outsiders are like, no, wearing a mask is stupid. I'm not going to do that. And we're getting shamed and guilted out of it completely, because this was back in the 1940s or whatever it was, 50s, something like that. The technology we have today to be able to spread the propaganda everywhere, just in the last think about 6 months ago, what America looked like and what it looks like right now. Just 6 months ago.
Yep.
It's
I was
insane.
thinking that today. Just how insane the changes are in the world. If you could go back in time to say, Christmas time, and say the middle of next year, this is what the world's going to look like, everyone would be calling you an idiot. But
right.
Here we are.
No, I know. Go ahead.
The mask is only a symbol of freedom, in the sense that you are showing that you are free to not be free anymore by your own volition.
Right.
That's how I see it. I don't think that's freedom. I'm not wearing a mask.
No, I'm not either. And people can get pissed or yell at me or think I don't care about grandma and whatever else they want to say. And I just don't even give I just don't give a shit anymore what people think about any of that. I'm so over it. I'm so done with it. I'm just not dealing with it, putting up with it anymore.
No. There comes a point where you have to say, I will no longer comply.
Yeah.
To my way of thinking, I've always been somebody who has said, when my government becomes what I consider to be illegitimate, and that means, in my estimation, when the government is no longer protecting the people, and especially the children, the government is illegitimate. Yeah. I no longer then have any kind of a social contract with that government, and there is absolutely no circumstance under which I will obey that government unless I am forced by compulsion and have no option. Until that time, they will not get my compliance at all, and I'm not going to wear a mask. I do not think that our governments are acting in our best interest.
No.
And so, as far as I'm concerned, that the social contract is basically it's that close to being voided where I am now.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, now look, if I have to, mate, I'll just go and pitch a tent down by a river somewhere, and I'll live on fish. It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. They're the one. But yes, so
you're gonna live in a van down by.
I'm not becoming a clone, and I'm not becoming a clown. I am not doing what the government tells me to do when I realise that it is stupid to do it.
No, I know that, and that's where I'm at too with it. And like we both, man, these torches of explosions are going, or these freedom explosions are going off outside now, and my dogs are going to be going into serious near cardiac arrest. They hate the 4th of July so bad. They turn into just shaking masses of just. They're just like.
Yeah, I'm just. You have a look at the dog. They're kind of analogous to what we are. The dogs eat to men. Dogs used to be the noble hunter. That they would go out and they would hunt down the prey, and they would bring down things much bigger than themselves. And now, somebody lets off a firecracker and they're bloody cowering and they're trying to get inside the house. It's like, don't get domesticated, man.
Yeah.
sorry to Mrs. SJG, but don't domesticate the dude. Let him run wild.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, she does, man. She lets me run wild on that short leash. I'm just like, no, she's good.
Hey, we don't want you being turned into a bloody Labrapoodle or whatever they're called, Labradoodle or whatever they are.
No, it's there's some serious seriousness going on like this. Let me see, which one is my where did I add that to? That's not it. You may disappear for a second. Focusrite desktop, desktop audio. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Where did I have my audio for my? I wanted to play my song. Oh wait, I know what I can do. Sorry, I wanted to play this.
Grandmas are overrated. That's a harsh comment.
That is a harsh comment.
I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying it's harsh.
So did you hear that music for a second?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, this is my new song, guys. I thought I'd share it with you. Then we'll probably jump off here in a second because I got to run in. Probably around 8. We'll click off here. But this is the song that I wrote that I didn't know if I wanted to share it now because with all the protesters, they were going to take it the wrong way. Drone's actually going to put together some video clips on this, and you're welcome to help too if you want to. I put the link in our Hangout.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw that, yet.
Yeah. Did you listen to it yet or no?
I have heard this song before, I think, haven't I?
You did. Before, maybe.
I reckon. Yeah,
I've kind of remixed it a little bit. It's not quite done yet, but it's getting there. But this is a song I wrote before all the riots kicked off, and it was for the patriots to rise up against the elite, to rise up against the globalists, to rise up against the powers that be that are taking away our freedoms. Not to burn shit down in the ghetto, right? But to rise up and to come together and do what we're talking about, not complying, not capitulating, not bowing down. So I thought I would share it with you guys, all 8 of you, and give me your thoughts on this, okay? Give me your thoughts in the chat. I am going to let it rip right now. This song is called Rise Up. Give us exactly what you want us to have. We willingly obey. We willingly obey. And bow before the sacred calf. And bow before the sacred calf. Shape our perceptions. Shape our perceptions. Your drug is our control. Your drug is our control. With utter dependence. With utter dependence. Upon you is the goal. Upon you is the goal. I like it. Now and find time to push from the middle. Remind who we are. Let's remind who we are. The machine you have programmed. The machine you have programmed. Now working as designed. Now working as designed.
Promoting fear and anger.
Promoting fear and anger.
And dumbing down our minds. We're now accepting.
We're now accepting.
Exactly what we're told.
Exactly what we're told.
Conditioned us to not resist.
Conditioned us to not resist.
As we watch this all unfold.
As we watch it all unfold.
Time's up. They want you right, they think you a little. But not who you are. You rise up. You're not in by time to push from the middle. Not who we are. Let's remind her who we are.
The chorus is rise up. Never mind. I forgot it right now.
Sit down, act right, think right. Tell me what you want me to hear.
Sit down, act right, think right.
You hold the tickets to this show and sell it with your fear.
You hold the tickets to the show and sell it with your fear.
You're the ones who run this comeback. Now it is so crystal clear. You'll be the ones to make us cry and then help us dry our tears.
And there's going to be a badass solo here from a friend of mine. He's just going to just melt your face solo right here. So the problem with that song now, as we all can see, is the whole rise up thing, you know, push back, show them who you are. I don't think people are going to understand that this is not a theme song for the Black Lives Matter, but which it would most likely be misinterpreted as. But
I didn't take it that way. But then I know you, I suppose. But even if it did bring in some, if you did happen to get to some, blue-pilled individuals that might be, might red pill them. Who knows?
Freebird goes.
I actually think it's really good. I think this is a perfect time to release it. It is time for people to start standing up and saying, "No, enough of this bullshit."
Yeah.
We have to defend what we've got left of our culture before it's gone.
Yeah, you're right. It is the message. You're right, and that's funny, Freebird. Hey everyone, we're all gonna get laid. That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I mean, I got to mix it a little more and master it, but it's definitely. I'm proud of the song, you know. And then the song I did before that got erased off. Well, not fully erased, but kind of erased off of when my Mac died. I won't bow down. I'm not going to capitulate. You know, that song that I started doing.
Yeah, I really like that one.
That one is another one I think I need to re-record because that also would go perfectly with what's going on. That was kind of for like the woke, like that was dedicated to like the woke intersectionality, LGBT freaking Q, propaganda. But that could also be like, we're not going to capitulate. We're not giving in. We're not backing down. I'm free. I'm going to stand up. Both of those songs, I feel like I need to really finish and push them out there.
That first one especially, I really did like that one. Like your music's a little bit tamer than what I'm normally into, but I really do like your songs. Like I think both of them are really good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. It looks like my peeps out here kind of dug it too. That's cool. Yeah, rise up, unite and fight. Time to push from the middle. I like that line. Let's remind them who we are. Rise up, they want your rights, they think you are little. Remind them who you are. I just think that's the message we need to have.
yeah, perfect message for the day.
Yeah, it's so true, man.
And I have seen, there are a few people who are sort of coming out with that thing, like, like we keep hearing about the silent majority. It's time to stop being silent.
It is.
And I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The time for silence is over.
Yeah.
Because we're being silenced. You just, we can't afford to be silent when we're being silenced.
Yeah.
Because, and this is another one of my little cliches. You never silence people just to let them go on to live a nice, happy, productive life.
Yeah.
Silencing is only phase one.
Yeah. No,
that's a bit that worries me, because we are heading into the end of phase one. We are being, like Donald Trump getting silenced on Twitch or whatever. But we're getting to a point now where these people no longer, they treat us with contempt. They really do piss on us. They don't bother calling it rain anymore.
No.
And they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't think that they had the power to do it. And
right.
The only way that we stop this is if we push back.
Yeah, exactly right. No, you're totally, I lost you for a second here. Sorry, I was screwing around with something and I lost you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, but
okay. Yeah.
We can see you too, or we can't see you, and maybe that's a good thing. No, I kid.
Oh, that's all right. I can nut up then. It's a bit warm here, so.
Why can't I bring you back? What am I doing there for? Oh, here, maybe I gotta. No, that's not it. For the love of sweet the Lord, man, share my sound. There we go. No, that's still not it. Well, I don't know what happened to you, Rat. I can't for some reason get it back here. I'm on the wrong damn screen. I'm on my Zoom screen. God, I just had to screw with that, didn't I?
I've been abducted by aliens. That's what's happened. I'm only a voice now. My body has been taken by aliens.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope. That's
so next time you see me, I'll actually be a lizard. I won't be me anymore.
Well, that'd be weird.
The Clintons are good.
There we go.
Oh, there I am. Get that thing off the screen.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What is that abomination?
Well, I don't know what else I'm going to say here. I went for an hour and 40 minutes, and I think that I need to get inside. And
if I'd been probed, I wouldn't be smiling, mate.
Better.
Thanks for asking, though.
Stand free than to live in chains on one's knees. Yeah, exactly. Better to die standing free than to live in chains on one's knees. That's true. Did you come up with that, Freebird? Because if you did, that was great. And I was going to say some inappropriate stuff about being on knees for rational, but then I thought I won't. But I basically just did without saying it. But no, that's not nice of me. I'm sorry. All right, dude. Well, let's stay contacted. Let's stay contacted tomorrow, because I don't know what I don't know if I'm going to do. I may jump on for a little bit in the day, even though it's the 4th. Maybe we'll do a little stream or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe I should live stream from my phone, us lighting off some fireworks tomorrow or something. But yeah, it'll be good. All right, guys. What else? Anything else, brother?
No, that's pretty much it. I'll just say stay safe, guys, and I'll catch you next time. It's been good to be back on. It's been a while.
Yeah, and this was just a stream. I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna do a stream. I want to plan some shows out where I know a little more what I'm gonna do. I always say this, but it's tough, man. It's tough having enough time to get a good show together. But
yeah, I think we do pretty well anyway. Just sort of winging it.
Yeah, just having a good time. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I will. I'm going to let you go too on this one because I'm going to jump out, Rat. But we'll talk. We'll talk offline, either through Hangouts or whatever. But all right, everybody. I appreciate it. Everyone, stay safe out there. Make sure you don't catch the vid or the Rona or the clap or the HIV, and or the herp. And make sure.
Avoid crabs too. I mean, they're okay, but you still don't want them.
Yeah, you can get rid of the crabs, but it's still a big pain in the ass. The ointment, the antibiotics, just try not to get them. It's always a better move. But yeah, no, seriously, I'm glad to be back. I'll start doing some more regular streams, and I appreciate everybody that hung out for the time being. And until next time, it's SJD Perspective without fear of animals for Rational. And or
without fear or animus.
Thank you very much for me. That's how I should do it. I should do one for you. You should do one for me. Let's try it again. So we'll sign off after that. So it's been SJG. It's been SJG Perspective, and I'd just like to say, without fear of animals. Let's try it one more time. I should get that up. Hang on. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight, and please like it and share it, and come back next time. And as always, without fear of animals,
and without fear or animus.
We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. See you later.
Catch you later, y'all.
All right, dude. I'm gonna stop sharing. No, we'll talk later.
Yep. No, it's not.
Later, man. See ya.